Hello, 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 and welcome back to our Icenia campaign. I am Ben the Bold, you are you, and it looks like we are having some barbarian troubles. It looks like barbarians are at the gates of the northern part of our kingdom. I have moved some horsemen up to deal with them. Let's just look there. They have a fairly decently well-composed army, so I am going to definitely want to wait until the rest of my troops arrive. I have a ton of archers, which their chariots are going to smash through, as well as their light cavalry. But hopefully with my light cavalry also there, the barbarians won't be too much of an issue. Looks like we are no longer importing woad. That's a shame. Unfortunately, they are going to probably siege down a few provinces. Our allies in the south continue to just berate us and insult us relentlessly. I do, unfortunately, have a feeling that they are not going to remain our allies for long. Let's see, I no longer have, now that my king is dead, I no longer have an admiral for the fleet. Let's go ahead and pause the game. It looks like I do have an oratory advance. I'll come back to that in just a second. And our claim has been finished, so it might be time to just start moving some armies up north anyways. I like this guy as Coreus. I kind of want to save them because they have that. Well, no, I want her because I wouldn't want her as a commander anyway, but she has High Marshal. I wouldn't want her leading an army because she has very poor enslavement efficiency, and I mean, taking slaves is kind of how I'm building my economy, so I will have you there. I am going to start to move my sieging army up north. Any other armies that I might think about moving up north? What's your weight? Your weight's not terrible. I'll move you up north. You'll go to there. And we will start getting ready for a war in the north. I don't want to make the same mistake that I made the last time I had barbarians and just go attack, charging my horsemen in right away. That was a good way that I lost 1,000 horsemen. Lost 1,000 manpower doing that as well. Are they allied with anyone? No, I just checked that. They are not, but they do have a subject nation. Okay, this I'm happy with. I will be the defender. Will they take a river crossing? Maybe, but they will be attacking now both of my armies. The horsemen should get there very quickly. And yeah, they don't have a chance. I have a tactic advantage as well. And it looks like it has finally happened. The Contesians have broken their alliance with us. So, with that said, I think the only rightful thing to do is to fabricate a claim, which I already have fabricated. They have also broken their alliance with the Durotrians. You know what this means? It means that our northern neighbors might live to see another day. Because, assuming I can kick these barbarians out of our land, I think I'm going to pull my army south. It might be time for the war that will really decide the fate of the Great British Isles, where I will fight the Contesians and the Debunians and hopefully come out victorious. I do have a lot of faith in my army's abilities. I have more men than just these two nations do, and I believe I will be pulling in last time I checked, the 22 cohorts, so 22,000 men from the Durotrians should also join that fight, and I know that they are itching for territorial expansion as well. I will go ahead. I think my horsemen can wrap up any remaining stragglers in the north. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing that army of 13,000 men southward. I'll let my horsemen go ahead and take this back before moving them into Luguvalium to finish off, hopefully, the barbarian threat. Oh, looks like I might lose 44 gold, but I would become friends with our marshal. That could be helpful. It would also gain me 5 corruption, which I already have 10, and I know that gaining too much corruption as a monarchy isn't great. But my marshal would gain 10 loyalty, and my family would gain some prestige. I'm not super worried about family prestige at the current moment. I could gain 10 popularity, which is something that I want, but my marshal would start looking at me as a rival, or I could just lose 5 popularity. I hate to lose 5 popularity here, but I think it is the best of the options that I have. And hopefully after winning a war, my popularity will go up. It looks like the barbarians have been defeated, one slave was moved to Lagumbia, or however you pronounce that. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving my armies back to the south. My horseman army is hopefully going to be able to rack up some slaves. Do you have anything that gives me slave efficiency? You do. Enslave efficiency +1. That's not great, but it's also not bad. I'll take enslavement efficiency up in any way that I can. In fact, and I might think about hiring some mercenaries for this war, just to be extra safe, also to save some of my manpower. Let's go ahead and unpause, excuse me. Building maybe some more heavy infantry. All of this could be helped. Oh, it looks like my king has indeed finally had a child. Good for him. I'm glad that his marriage has been fruitful. Oh, and it looks like I have become friends with the tribal chief of the Durotriga. That is exactly what I want. Maybe that means that they will be slightly more likely to join in any offensive wars that I fight. I will... Do I have a claim on you? Just to hopefully decrease the amount of aggressive expansion I take when I inevitably win this war. Well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but if I win this war, I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim on their most valuable province. They should have known by throwing in their lot with the Cantesians that they would inevitably face the wrath of the Iceni. I'm going to build a few more heavy infantry. And maybe 1 heavy cavalry, just so that my heavy army can absolutely punch through anything that they can throw at us. I might also... How's his loyalty? I do know that his loyalty is going to go down as we move along. I might eventually think about bribing him. That would cause his loyalty to increase. It would also cause my corruption to go up by just a tad. So I'm not, but I definitely want to make sure that his loyalty stays high enough, which I believe it will. At 76, it should be high for quite a while, but that is high enough so that during this next war, he doesn't decide to just go off and do whatever he wants. I have a feeling that the Debunians, their plan for any war that we may declare, or that they may declare, is not to attack our heartland, but to instead go into Wales. I'm kind of okay with this. I have more forts in that area for them to try to attempt to siege down. Good luck with that. Where's my sieging army? This is my sieging army. It's mostly made up of light infantry. Its goal is going to be to race into the Debunian main fort, their capital fort, and to attempt to try to... I'm going to actually think long and hard about assaulting the garrison as soon as I get there, because I want this fort to fall fast, because this fort is going to be the key to the war. If this fort falls, the Debunians fall, and if the Debunians fall, there is no hope for the Cantesians, which I don't necessarily believe that there's that much hope for them anyway. Anyway, I'm losing quite a few men per month, although am I, because I'm actually just eating up my food stores. I believe I'm just eating up my food stores. I don't believe I'm actually losing 950 men per month, but I think the time has come to declare war. My overall strategy is, of course, to bring in the Durotrigans, and then to use these 16,000 men to take on whatever the Cantesians can give them. I will go ahead, since I'm making enough money, increase my fleet maintenance. I might actually go ahead and wait for my fleet to be fully maintenanced, just to make sure that the Morenians don't bring in any soldiers. Like, let's look at how many boats they have. They have 3 boats. They have 9 boats. Yeah, so my 18 should be able to handle them. I'm going to go ahead and just wait just a little bit longer. Gonna move these 7,000 troops just anywhere. Get out of there. You're causing them to take too much damage. Yeah, see, now I'm not losing any manpower per month. Perfect. You're gonna go there. My fleet is going to... Wish these pirates weren't here. I'm gonna go ahead and add one more boat to the fleet. Why not? It's going to be a... that. Oh no, it looks like someone has died. That's okay. She was our chancellor. Now my chancellor will be Onwin Sonora. I am a bit worried. They do outnumber me in the west. That's okay. I've already kind of stated that this is going to be mostly a holding army. It really, I don't even want them to engage right away. I want them to mostly just hold the area, just be a presence in the area, make them have to hold both of their armies in one location, because I believe that that army could be those armies individually, but maybe not to if they were able to combine. Real quick, I'm going to see if I have any imports available. I do not, as usual. That's okay. My boats are fully maintenanced. I will go ahead and move them into a better location. One where I can blockade the Canticians. And then the war will begin. I've built this up quite a bit. Oh no! They have... This is unfortunate. The Durotrigans have unfortunately accepted another alliance. Okay, so this changes everything. It changes everything. The Durotrigans have now re-allied, unfortunately, with the Canticians. This is horrible news. Is there anything that I can do to... Can I threaten war? What happened? No, they're not going to accept anything. They believe their alliance block is strong enough to take me on, and while I don't believe that is the case, I don't really want to see what would happen if it is. Okay, well, this is unfortunate. I thought I really had a plan of attack here. Unfortunately, it appears that I actually do not. I wouldn't mind maybe attacking the Marinians. I'm going to go ahead because there's no reason not to. Just fabricate a claim. The province of Marinia. Maybe I can use them, pull them into a war, and use that as an excuse to attack the Canticians. I am, however, very upset about the fact that the Canticians were able to grab that alliance. It has no real effect. They maybe will declare war on me, but I am just going to go ahead and send an insult because I'm angry at them. It's okay. In the meantime, I'm going to take these 7,000 troops, push them back to the north. These 13,000 troops also push them back to the north. And the original goal for today's episode might just be all that I'm able to accomplish. And I'm going to move these two armies back north in a very anticlimactic kind of way. With that said, I'm still fabricating a claim on the Dubunians. That should help me out in the future. I am also now fabricating a claim on the Marinians. I believe... Let's look at who the Marinians are allied to. They're allied with the Canticians, which is going to allow me to blitz Canticia without pulling in the other two allies. At the very least, maybe I could convince... Even though it will be difficult for me to necessarily accomplish the war goal, because I have a feeling the Marinians will probably be able to repel me from Gaul. While it may be difficult for me to establish or capture the war goal, maybe by taking Canticia I'll be able to force some kind of peace that would just... Man, I would love for them to become like a subject state or something, just so that I could isolate them from joining in any wars that I fought against the Dabunians or the Durotrigians. Looks like I'm going to get some manpower. I'll always take that. Anyway, let's look at the Marinians' ally situation. It looks like they're allied with the Lexonia. Okay, let's look at the Lexonians. Do they even have a fort? They do have one fort. And they have 13,000 cohorts. I might think about blitzing, especially if they don't have access between these countries. If I could blitz and take Icenia right out of the war, right at the beginning, now that I have a large enough navy. Go to location. You know what? Get out of here, pirates. I'm going to attack you. See what happens. Just don't lose any boats, please. Or don't lose the battle, please. Oh my goodness. It looks like I have lost part of my navy. The pirates have defeated me. Get back. I didn't lose any ships. They just took a lot of damage. At least I didn't lose any ships. That kind of alerts me to a major weakness that I might have. And that is my navy. I'm going to go ahead and recruit one more boat. This time I'm going to build a big boat. It's going to cost a lot to maintain. But I am in the positives, at least for the time being. And what's the point of having oodles of gold if you can't spend it on a mighty navy, right? So anyway, the Minorans, they are allied with the Lexani, or Lexovians. I think that I could possibly blitz the Canticia, then blitz the Lexovians, and use that as a way to force the Marinians into peace, although really I will have to start, because of the white peace mechanics in this game, I will have to at some point start making progress on the war goals actually in Morinia itself, in Morinia proper. Because I'm currently fabricating a claim on this province here, Morinia, right? Yes, on Morinia. It has the most of their pops. I could hopefully land several armies, once the Cantesians have been dealt with, use modern-day Dover as a launching point to just move ferry troops back and forth. Once I establish a beachhead, then I believe I would be in pretty good shape. But they do have 17,000 men, so it might be difficult to establish a beachhead. I would need to make sure that I have a very strong army that lands first, just in case of any counterattack. They have 17,000 troops. They're also allied to their neighbors, who don't have a port, so they don't have any ships. Or no, they do have 4 ships. Interesting. I wonder how they got those 4 ships. But they have only 8,000 men. But anyway, 17,000 plus 8,000. That, if they came in and reinforced any army that I landed over here in the Calais region, it would be difficult for my army to stand up to that. Regardless, war will break out in the north. I think I'd be able to handle it with just the cohorts I have up north anyway, although I am, of course, not opposed to moving more men from the south. I'm going to go ahead and just start that process just in case. Move it to a nice central location. Do they have any capital forts? I don't think they have any forts. Well, then there we go. This is going to be a cakewalk. I'm okay. There we go. Gonna go ahead and move my 7,000 men, and all of them into one stack. And then this war, I believe, will be decided in the hills of Brenninim. The game currently does not know who's going to win. I think it's going to be me. I outnumber them. And let's see, they don't have any heavy infantry or heavy cavalry or anything. I think my light cavalry should be able to punch through. I think my archers should do pretty decent damage. We will see. They're sending 17,900 men my way. Looks like we had a good roll to begin with. We also have the tactics advantage, and this was no contest. I don't know what the game was talking about a potential victory for them, or an unknown outcome for this battle. It wasn't even close. And as I said, oh, looks like Canticia has been claims have been fabricated. If the Canticians want to attack me, I'm okay with that. Gonna go ahead and move my men over. This war should be done shortly. Just in case, I'm gonna move another 10,000 men up into the north here, just to be safe. I'm gonna send those horsemen. Nope, not gonna send those horsemen anywhere. Gonna leave them exactly where they are, and they are just gonna start the siege. And now this should be the final battle of the war. In fact, I probably don't even need to move you up there anymore. I'll go ahead and send you back. We once again have the tactics advantage. We are punching through their lines. We have more men, and our archers will really start to do a lot of damage, but our horsemen are going to be the ones who finish it off. We have won again. We are about to capture their last province, and this war should be done momentarily. Alright, and now they are 100% done. They are now going to 100% capitulate. I'm going to get them 3 aggressive expansion, but that's going to be okay, because I should get an event that allows me to put all of their people to the sword and gives me some aggressive expansion reduction. So I currently only have 9.5 aggressive expansion. I'm going to once again move you down south. I'm a little worried that the Canticians might actually declare a war, which, wouldn't that be bold? It might be time for me to start building some more armies. Yeah, it's these 3 nations right here that I would worry about if I were to attack the Moranians, because they would throw all of their armies at whatever beachhead I was able to make. I would, I believe, be able to successfully take Canticia as well as Lexovia. In fact, maybe if indeed there is access granted between these countries, if I took Lexovia and then used it as kind of a way to entice some of their armies away from Morinia, that could be useful, but I don't know. I do think I'm going to declare the war either way, though. I may not even attempt a landing in Morinia, but I think I'm going to, regardless, declare the war, just as a way to come in and beat up the Canticians, take some slaves. I don't really love how they've been treating me lately. Oh, it looks like our general, who was becoming more and more disloyal, is now dead. So he is loyally gone to the afterlife, which means I need a new general here, and it is going to be you. Your enslavement efficiency is high. I like that. Let's just see if anything else. Cavalry discipline's good, but I don't think I have any cavalry. I do. I have some in this army. What you? Heavy infantry discipline up. I only have 1. I'm going to go with you. You have the highest martial. You're only 18. You are pretty loyal. Loyalty is going to increase. Perfect. Speaking of loyalty increase, let's look at the ruler popularity. Alright, it's going down a little bit. I think it tries to average out. I think it'll probably average out close to 50. I have that origin myth, which is one of, I think, a really good idea to go with. Just because loyalty, or popularity, it seems, increases loyalty. It also increases legitimacy, or it can. Looks like I have a lot of support for my pretenders, which isn't great, and that's hurting my my legitimacy. Although if I can make a more popular ruler, I will be in better shape there. What are the effects of low legitimacy? I just have lower max loyalty and lower primary air attraction. So we've mostly been focusing on warfare in this episode, and I believe that, and I hate the fact that we were not able to go ahead and attack the Dabunians and the Canticians. Let's see if by some miracle you two have dropped in an alliance somewhere. No, if I were to attack one, it would be like attacking all three, and I don't really want to attack all three of them just yet. Looks like I can get some wood. I'll take that. So I am going to just continue waiting for the Marinians, or for this war fabrication for the Marinians. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the economy. I know that the Navy is going to be important. I know I'm going to need a big Navy to do a lot of troop ferrying. We get another heavy ship. You know what? I'm going to get another heavy ship and another medium ship. I don't want my Navy to lose again. Because if I am going to be moderately successful in this next war that I have in Gaul, then I have to have a strong Navy. This is always good. I get increased stability. That's going to work out in my favor. I also should think about the government policies I want up here. I like the cultural assimilation governor policy here, because I eventually want more of these pops to become Iceni, and when that happens, I will be able to colonize this this province, Otadini. I also would like it if a bunch of Iceni people lived here, but we'll see. Interesting, I have a brand new culture group here, the Manavians. Where are the Manavians from? Where's the culture map mode? Are they maybe Irish? Interesting. Speaking of Ireland, I do plan on, at some point, colonizing all of Ireland. It's like my claim has happened with the Devonians. If I were to attack them, though, it would, one, break a truce, so I would lose a lot of stability, as well as war exhaustion would go up, and so would aggressive expansion. So I don't plan on attacking them anytime soon. They are moving their armies, though. I think they now realize I have a truce, and so they're not worried about me as much anymore. Smart AI. Doing something smart sometimes. I guess I could go ahead and fabricate a claim here. Go ahead. Just complete the conquest of the north completely. Have some pirates. Not going to worry about them too much. Although, the pirates scare me. So I'm going to build a couple more boats. This time just 2 light boats. My economy can still handle it. Let's look at the research. Research. I've kind of slowed on like focusing on citizens lately, so my research level is still only around 13, almost 14 research points per month. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about increasing some citizen output. I think here I might build another library to pump more citizens into Venta. Here I also think I might build another library. Let's look at our other population centers, shall we? Gosh, that's so ugly. Oh, it looks like this is a center of population. Yeah, I'll definitely want a library here, although first I might want to turn you into a city. Did I turn you into a city? No, I didn't. Let's see, what's your resource? Base metals, base metals. You have a mine, you have a fort. Well, both of those are good. I do think I will need to be building some bigger cities. I had originally planned to build one here. Of course, I will need a lot more money to do that. I might think about changing that to Deva, though. Make Deva the major city in this province, or maybe even... Yeah, maybe even... Alright, our claim has been fabricated. Maybe even... What is this? What city is this? Of Portus Centurium. Centurio. I think I'm going to try to make this my new city in this province. Because it has a port, it'll just have higher migration attraction. Hopefully I'll be able to get more people there. Alright, so our claim has been fabricated. Go ahead and pause it for a second. Our claim has been fabricated against the Marinians. I think in the next episode, I will be invading Marinia. With that said, I should hopefully take Cantasia. My goal is going to take Cantasia real quick. I'm just going to try to knock them out of the war right away. Then I'm going to go down and try to take on the Lexovians. We'll see what the resistance is like there. Maybe that will pull some of the men away from these three nations towards the what hopefully will be a very quickly captured fort in Lexovia. And then I'll be able to land armies here that will give me enough time to ferry some armies across the channel in here to where I will be able to compete with the number of men that they have. Keep in mind, they are tribes, which means they have those tribal vassals, which always just create a bunch of men. I will probably, before that, think about building a couple more cohorts, because, well, a couple more cohorts will always be useful. I need to think about pumping up civilization up here in the north so that I get less barbarians. That will also be useful. Whenever I get the funds, I think I'm going to go ahead and build a fort in this province. That will stop any barbarians from traveling any farther south than this, hopefully. Yeah, so that, though, will all have to be saved for the next episode, unfortunately. For now, I will just do a quick recap of the world. It looks like the Carthaginians are maybe suffering some defeats in Hispania. Rome seems to be pretty dormant, although they have actually, for the first time all game, moved to the eastern side of Italy and have taken the port of Bucca. Macedonia is doing what Macedonia likes to do and just sit still. Phrygia, though, is expanding, is continuing to expand, and let's see how that civil war in the Maria has gone. It seems that they are doing a decent job of handling the Marian revolt. However, it looks like another war has broken out, and Maria seems to kind of be struggling now. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if maybe they just have a really unpopular ruler? We'll see. Anyway, all of that will have to be left for the next episode. I've been Ben the Bold, you have been you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Have a great day, y'all.